We're reading the Tomer Devorah, and we're on the fourth attribute. I hope everybody had an amazing Purim and an amazing Shabbat. I hope all your Yeshua will come true, and whether you need a Yeshua in Parnasa or finance or Refuah, everything will come. We're on the fourth attribute. Definition of this attribute. So let's go back. The attribute is to the remnant of his inheritance. A person might be offended or injured to the extent that he is solely tested to restrain his anger. Even after he has considered the first three attributes, he still cannot come to terms with the injustice perpetrated against him. Such a person should consider that despite the injuries he received, the person who harmed him is still a Jew, and all the Jews here are like a family to one another. He can have mercy and forgive the person who harmed him out of a sense of kinship. By doing so, he awakens Hashem's attribute of mercy expressed to the remnant of his inheritance, bringing that element of mercy into the world. Here's a practical example. A delivery truck pulled into the driveway and started unloading building supplies. Finally, the Jacobys' construction project was underway. They were extending their apartment. Now they could host their next Sheva Brachos in their own home and would not need to use the yard anymore. Construction projects are difficult, but living with a large family in a cramped apartment is even more difficult. The truck driver unloaded the new floor tiles in the building's lobby. The following morning, the construction workers would carry them up the stairs to the Jacobys' fourth-floor apartment. Mr. Jacoby came home from work, walked into the building's lobby, and was shocked to see his flooring tiles smashed and scattered all over the lobby. What happened? He thought to himself. Who might have broken them? It must have been his son, Moshe. He had already heard Moshe brag to his neighbors about his imaginary position of project manager. Only I am allowed to touch the building's supplies, Moshe told people. Moshe imagined he was some kind of experienced worker who knew how to handle expensive supplies. He had probably tried to carry a heavy load of tiles up the stairs and drop them on the way. Mr. Jacoby was furious. He would teach Moshe a lesson once and for all. What business did he have taking things without permission and breaking them? He stomped up the first set of stairs, planning to give Moshe a punishment to remember. However, as he continued climbing one flight after another, he started to cool down. Moshe was his son. After all, how would he react to the punishment? Moshe had just been trying to help. He would probably be deeply offended and might even cry. Mr. Jacoby imagined how this conversation would proceed and started to calm down. By the time he reached his front door, his compassion for his son had overcome his anger, and he was trying to think of a gentler way to make the point. The front door opened and he walked in. "Hello," he called out to his dust-filled home. His wife came over to greet him. "Did you see that the floor tiles arrived today?" "Yes, I saw them. I also saw that the package of tiles that Moshe broke. How could he be so irresponsible? Where is he now? I want to have a word with him." Moshe asked his wife. Moshe could not have broken anything. He came home right after school and has not been downstairs since the tiles arrived. He went to sleep early tonight, and he is in bed now. "So who broke those tiles?" Mr. Jacoby asked. "The neighbors also have children who know how to break tiles, not just us," suggested Mrs. Jacoby. Suddenly, Mr. Jacoby's anger started to swelling up in his chest again. He was at a loss for words. What kind of chutzpah was this? How could they be so irresponsible? How could they be so thoughtless? Why did they let their children run around breaking other people's property? He had a mind to yell at them and warn them to be more careful. They had acted just like Moshe. Yes, precisely like Moshe. But when he thought that his own son Moshe had done it, he was able to overcome his anger. He could be patient and understanding with his own son. And what about his neighbors? Were they not also children to their own parents? Were they not also patient and understanding of all the noise and disturbance involved in his renovations? Mr. Jacoby thought again. On the one hand, he could berate the neighbors' children and perhaps push the parents to pay. Had they been part of his family, it would have been different. But who says it has to be different? The next day, the construction workers would carry the remaining tiles up the stairs, but not only would the tiles be lifted up, Mr. Jacoby would also be uplifted. He had managed to conquer his anger, and by realizing that we are all family, we are like siblings, Hashem is the father of us all. Thank you.